Good afternoon, my YouTube viewers. This video, we're going to perform a nonparametric test, calling it the Kruskal Wallis H test. And with this test, it analyzes 3 or more groups, and it analyzes their medians. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a practice question. So you've got Group A, which is 5, 6, 7. Group B, which is 8, 9, 10. And Group C, which is 10, 11, 12. And then we take the values and we put all the groups together, and then we rank it as being an A, B, or a C. We rank it as being A, B, or C. Or we group it, as being an A, B, or C. And then we rank it. So it's going to be a rank.avg brackets a D2, comma, D2 to D10, and then 1. And then so we rank all of the values. So we take the sum of rank A, and so sum if E2 to E10 is A, and then it's F2 to F10, and so that's going to be 6. The sum of rank B is E2 to E10, that's sum if E2 to E10, brackets B, comma, F2 to F10. And then sum of rank C is sum if E2 to E10, comma, C, comma, F2 to F10. So we have the 3 ranks as being 6, 15.5, and 23.5. But let's see what it says here. Sum E2 to E10, and then if it's A, and then it's going to be F2 to F10. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, so that's 6. So now we're going to count A. It's count if E2 to E10 is A, so that's going to be 3. Count if E2 to E10 is B, so that's going to be 3. Count if E2 to E10 is C, so that's going to be 3. And then we're going to have the number of observations, which is 9. Count A, E2 to E10. We're going to, number of groups is K. It's going to be count A, unique, E2 to E10. And I'm just going to and then we're going to have the degrees of freedom, which is going to be K3 minus 1. So 3 minus 1 is your degree of freedom. Your alpha is going to be 5%. That's also your significance level. And then your H statistic, we've got a formula here for your H statistic. So you can pause the video to write down the formula, but that's your formula to get your H statistic. And then we've got your chi-square critical value, which is equals chi-square.inv.rt brackets K5 is 0.05, and then K4 is your degree of freedom. So your chi-square critical value is 5.99. So now we're going to talk about our null hypothesis and the alternate hypothesis. So your null hypothesis is there's no significant difference between the values in the groups, and your alternate hypothesis, which can be expressed as either H1 or HA, is there is a significant difference between the values in the groups. And then we're going to interpret it. So if K7 is greater than K8, so K7 is 6.8 and K8 is 5.9, you're going to reject the null hypothesis. Otherwise, you're going to fail to reject the null hypothesis. Okay, so since K7, that's your H statistic, is 6.8, and K8 is your chi-square hypothesis, it's 5.99. So K7 is greater than K8. So that means you're going to reject the null hypothesis. So that means that there is a significant difference between the group values in the groups. And so what I've done is I've made a graph for you so you can see the Kruskal Wallis H test. So you can see Series 1, Series 2, and Series 3, and Group A, Group B, and Group C. So you can see that there is a significant difference between these groups, and that's why the null hypothesis has been rejected. So that concludes this video. The next video is going to be a nonparametric chi-square test, and so I hope that you decide to watch it.